as far as I'm aware.
Beautiful.
I think they can hear you because I just opened it up and I could hear like the rustling of the popcorn.
Oh yeah. Perfect. Perfect.
Perfect, yeah.
Who's all in here? Hmm. Love just seeing nuns in there. Love it.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll have to come up with some religious
You have to
jokes
do
and
some of
references for us.
yeah. Oh, Rage made it. I didn't think he was gonna make it. Oh no.
Well, the more the merrier, really.
Yeah.
I think as well. I think it was about 15 in China, which was a good race. I kind of hope we see some rain, but we'll
Oh,
have
me
to
too.
see. Tier three
We need to see
was
some
quite
rain.
good. 'Cause there was a
We
bit
need to
of
see
rain.
some rain. 100%. Who's reserving for both again? Mark?
Merc, yeah.
Okay.
Is he in?
He
Yeah, he
is,
is,
yeah.
isn't he? Shamrock's not in yet, so we might see a few more joining quali.
Yeah.
We shall see. It's all about the commentary today, though, isn't it? I think.
Absolutely. Need to see some havoc. That's why I hope
Absolutely.
we get some rain. That just cause an absolute
Yeah,
mess.
rain, safety car. So you think C-Dubs is gonna win it?
I don't see anybody beating him. He's already warm. He just dominated tier two. I don't see anybody beating him unless like Overlord gets his gap he usually does and on pull and or if
Yeah.
Sam has his day again. But Dubs is hot right now. That's for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Pretty sure he's won
Do you
tier three
think?
too, right?
Yeah, he won tier
three,
three,
yeah.
won tier two. Maybe should be tier one only. But I'll let
Yeah,
the admins
yeah,
decide that. I don't
yeah.
know. What about
Gotta
Sam
complete
and
the Holy Trinity.
Aiden Khan's chances? Because I think those two might be quite good today.
Yeah, I mean you can never rule out Sam, can you? The man's always just finds himself up there. I don't know where he
Yeah.
came from, but like mid-season he just started finding form and he's just always
Yeah,
up
yeah.
there. It's crazy.
Stop spinning.
Yeah, yeah, that helps.
The thing with Sam was that I think he obviously went off. Last season I think he was controller, and this season he transitioned to wheel. So I think it took
Hmm.
him about half a season really to get going with wheel to
Yeah,
stop sort of spinning, and now he's obviously really, really,
yeah,
really quick. So
yeah.
it's quite cloudy out there as well. So maybe we'll see some
I'm
rain.
hoping.
But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was gonna say like it looks a little bit rainy out. Hopefully at the end we get some rain going, but
fingers crossed.
wonder who's gonna be first out. Who's gonna be first out? Who's it gonna be? I don't know. You can
No
never,
one yet.
you can never,
Keeping us
can never really
waiting.
rule out. I mean, Overlord. You just have to automatically have him as a favorite. Surely, like no way. He's always there. Just gonna be
Yeah,
there. Unless he gets into trouble, he's just always gonna be like up there.
yeah, yeah. I think he should be there or thereabouts. I think recently, I don't know whether he's turned the racing line off because I know he's done that in the past. But
Uh,
I think he was 4 for. He seemed a bit off the pace last
yeah,
race
I believe we have some
or the
breaking
race
news.
before.
The race is fully wet.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fully
it's
wet
always.
race.
I always have mixed emotions though, because I'm always like, damn it, I kind of wish I was out there, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, it's going to be good to commentate on, hopefully.
Fully wet race. Who knows what can happen with that?
Not a bad
Oh
way
my,
to end tier one either,
absolutely.
is it?
Always got to throw a wrench in the plans. Last race of the season.
Shah's the first one out. I'm going to guess it's not going to rain in quali because they've not exactly rushed out, have they? But we
Yeah,
shall
it doesn't
see.
seem like there's any panic in getting out, but
Mm.
Dwarf kindly took that first spot back. I don't know what Char's really plan is here, but
Nice and
he
slow.
seems to
I
be
sometimes do it. Go on.
seems to be enjoying being in first gear. Yeah, here we go. He decided to step it up now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a matter of style. I mean, I do my outlaps quite slowly sometimes just to save the tyre wear. But if you go too slowly, then the tyres get too cold, and then it's trickier to grip up on the hot lap. But Dwarf, I think, is going to be the first one to set a lap.
Believe so, followed by the holy man himself, Nuns.
Love it already. He's got a good shout today, though, Nuns. I mean, I was speaking to Gary before the race as well, and sort of saying, you know, without being harsh to Gary, if there's not a full grid, all the better, really. It gives them more of a chance.
Yeah, it
Tier
does.
2 reserves today.
14's a good
Let's
number,
watch.
though. Good number.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? It's not too little, not too much. So, as I said, we might always have a few join. I mean, usually Shamrock does the races, so I'm a bit surprised to not see him there. But yeah, I think Overlord's hit the
gone
grass.
off. He's gone off on his hot
Yeah.
lap. It's like
He might
Nuns
do
and
another
Dwarf
hot
are getting
lap,
pretty
but
close as well.
not great. Yeah, I think Draw.
Might get a nice toe. Nuns is going to get a healthy
What?
toe from Dwarf here.
Is the Dwarf going to give the holy man a toe? I think he is.
He
a
is.
little bit.
He wants his ticket to heaven. He's looking for it. He's going to give it
really
to him,
nice.
too. Look at that.
That's
Wow. Holy
generous.
hell. Oh, but Merc is gone. He said, fuck you. I want P1. I don't need no toe. That's what he said.
He wants to push ahead of the queue to heaven, I think. There.
Uh-huh. Merc's taking the highway to hell. P1. I haven't seen Heatwave out here in a while. Maybe I'm just don't pay attention to Tier 1 enough, but...
Say again?
Dude, he sets Heatwave. 107.5, not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, locking up on that front left.
He's quick Heatwave, though. I think he can probably go a little bit quicker than that. But Gary, P6. Your man, Sumto's P2.
Absolutely.
How do you rate his chances today?
I don't know. I think ever since he's turned off Trasher control, he's been much quicker. I mean, he could be a dark horse for sure. You know, but he does always find a little bit of bad luck in the races. And I'm going to sell him out, but last couple weeks he's been a little bit unlucky in races with the incidents. So hopefully he can keep it clean with less people on the track.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Ooh, we might have had a little bit of Vsauce block action there. I'm not sure. I don't know if Heatwave's on a hot lap or not. I can't see his wheel, but he probably isn't. But Vsauce made didn't make any real attempt to get out of the way there, did he?
I missed it, so it's hard to say.
Whoa! Gary and Heatwave! What on earth?
What happened there? Because I was reacting to something else, but what happened there?
Heatwave was just like very loose in the pit lane, and Gary just came up right behind him and smacked him in the ass. I don't know what really happened there, but
gave him a nice little smack on the ass.
Let's see a little director. Let's see. Did they get a penalty for that?
Well, what?
Gary did get a penalty, a 5-place grid penalty for that collision.
Oh, really?
With Heatwave, yeah.
Oh.
Trouble at Ferrari?
Pissed off,
Trouble at Ferrari?
Yeah.
Already?
You beat me to it, Lobster. Trouble at Ferrari, indeed.
Oh my god. Heatwave is already apologized.
Is he?
Yeah.
I was reacting as well. I think Charles was going quite slowly on the Retro-Aposta, which is the straight after the Senna S, and I thought Sam was going to hit the back of him because Sam was, I think, on a hot lap, going really fast, and he just set the fastest time of the session as well. Overlord, who we saw
throw it out there.
run wide.
Overlord looks a little bit he was a little bit out of form here. I don't know what the hell is he doing?
Oh.
I don't know if this is just me.
caught in 4K, as you
I
like to
think
say.
Overlord is a little inebriated, or I don't know. He's going for a little bit of a
What's he
countryside
doing?
drive. Uh,
Dangerous driving, possibly. I don't know. I'll let the stewards look into this.
yeah,
He's a bit all over the place.
yeah. Up there he goes again. He's
Oh,
into the grass and up and hey, okay.
does it? Does he know we're watching him? Do you think?
I don't know. I think he's enjoying his day, his evening in the Brazil countryside. Maybe he's trying to pull a C-dubs. Maybe he wants a little last the first action. I think he's given up on his qualifying ventures here.
Yeah, true. Maybe a
But
little bit too much Vaseline on those tires,
yeah.
perhaps.
Maybe a quick night out before the last race of the season for the Tier 1 champion. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, that's true. He's won Tier 1, hasn't he? I think. Yeah, so doesn't really have to prove anything. Oh, it's Vsauce is off as well. Is this just a Williams Amazon party? Is it
I
out
don't
in the jungle, off track?
So the Williams master plan. After they lock up overall constructors, they've all got a couple shots. They decided to get back out there on the track, and not sure if that's really helping them here.
Host is migrated, so hopefully that doesn't cause any
Yeah, I just
glitches or
saw
whatnot.
Beaver left.
I think Khan set a lap time, so he's P4. Rage P2. The time should definitely improve though, because Tier 2 is around a 106, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's definitely time to be had. Whether or not maybe the track's a bit colder
Vsauce is now
because of the cloud, I
reversing.
don't know. But
Vsauce is now reversing up into the front stretch. As if you, I don't know if you can see that or not.
yeah, I can.
Got a little bit of
I don't know what to say.
I'm out of lines. I spent them all. I don't really know what to say from now on. But definitely some
I think they've won
mysterious
the
things at
champion.
Williams.
I think they're just having a little fun since they won the championship, to be honest. I think they might have won the overall constructors as well. I heard earlier, so.
Yeah, they just clinched it after Tier 2, so I don't know if that's something to do with our little antics here, but hey.
It's a shame for Gary though, that 5 seconds, because he is P9 at the moment, but he will drop outside the top 10, and I think he'd still have to start on those tyres.
Yeah, I think his hope is like Dwarf sets a faster time here. Not sure what his sectors are looking like, but
He's still on a lap though, Gary, so I think he might just try to go faster, but
yeah.
we'll have to see how he does. Merck approaching the line, he's not going to improve. Cantos, he does by about half a tenth, but doesn't gain any positions. Let's see how Gary can do approaching the start-finish line. P8 for Gary. Ironically, he's moved ahead of Heatwave. He was definitely his favourite driver out on the track at the moment.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a me and Gwendol energy between those two already. Have to see how that plays out, especially if they start together on the grid. I mean, I guess Gary has that 5-place penalty, but you never know, it can happen.
Yeah, if Gary catches up to him in the race as well.
Especially in the fully wets. Forgot about that.
Oh, that's, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, maybe that could work out for Gary in the end, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if he can keep it clean as well at the end of the day, that should help him out as well. That's probably what it's going to be all about in the wet conditions. Merck pits. Nuns might improve. He's P7, so actually doing quite well on his Tier 1 debut. He's going to pit though. I think he was on to improve though, Nuns, so a bit surprised.
Let's see if Dwarf is going to improve. I don't think so. I think he's going to bring it in, yeah. He should bring it in, yep.
Yeah. Heatwave across the line, P4. Good lap in the end. Khan's a 10th up in Sector 1. Does lock the tyre there, but should get away with it. Yellow flags ahead.
All right, the Williams have both come out. This is the live report, the Williams report. They've both come out next to each other. On the back straight now. Let's see what this. I'm just gonna follow Williams.
Yeah, keep an
You
eye on
follow the
them.
hot laps. I'm gonna see what the antics are back here. But Visa Lord is already off. Oh, oh, oh! Having a little bit of a tango, it appears, in sector 2. Ooh, there we go. Ooh, a little bit of ramp action there for the Williams. Not sure if we can handle it.
Rallying, isn't it, really?
Hey, we're
Off the
looking at a
track.
little bit of rallycross action. X Games has come to Brazil. Let's just hope they don't get in the way of these cars coming up
I was
here.
about to say, as long as they don't get in the way of anyone, I think it's not too bad. But if it
Dubs
gets
is
in
on a
anyone's
lap.
way, then
Dubs is on a lap. Let's see if they get in the way. They don't. They're very respectful. At least they have limits and bounds at Williams.
I think they'll
Oh,
just have to be careful if they go off too much,
uh-oh.
the game might automatically.
Oh,
Oh god.
oh, oh,
Okay.
oh, oh,
Oh.
oh. Not sure this is obese getting through here now. Yep, there we go. Not sure how the game hasn't disqualified them, to be fair, but you know, it's
Yeah.
entertainment for us. Entertainment
Yeah.
for us
C
in the
Dubs goes
booth.
quickest. Everyone else is probably like, "What the hell are they doing?"
Yeah, yeah. Entertainment for us in the booth. Uh,
Well, we'll see. I mean, I presume, unless they're going to go for
let's
a
see.
final sort of hot lap, I presume they might start at the back. But if people want to gain a few places, try to get them DQ'd for this after the race.
Yeah, yeah. This is
For
quite something there.
dangerous driving.
Oh, no matter what, Vsauce always finds his way to get out of the way, which is very respectful. Oh, 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 oh! Some big contact there with the wall for old Vsauce.
Yeah, they've both pitted. Well, yeah, they've both pitted, so they might always go out for one final lap. We'll have to see.
I think Overlord may want to have some fun with the pack. I think that might be the plan
Yeah,
there, Williams.
yeah. I'm still surprised no one's gotten the 106s, really, so I think we will see them dip into the 106s, the top 3, well, top 4, well, even the top 5. Only about a tenth there separating them, so it is really close at the moment. Definitely time to be gained. It's going to be about who can gain the most time on their final hot lap. I would say Merc and Heatwave both out quite early on their hot lap, on their out laps. Let us know in the chat box if you have any thoughts on the Williams Rallycross off-road racing. Well, you did say C-Dubs was your favourite. He is currently P1. We'll have to see whether he stays there, but for now,
Yeah,
he is P1.
he is warmed up, folks. That is a dangerous, dangerous seaman. Let's see what Merc can do here.
Take us through the lap, a Merc's lap, if you will.
Brings it down nice and tight through sector 1. Nothing but the best from our tier 2 champion, I should say. Slower by 600s. Nothing he can't come back from. We go uphill to the Williams Rallycross Arena. It's quite a long sector 2, isn't it, with all these winding corners.
Yeah.
Sector 1 seems
Sector
nothing.
1 about
Yeah.
16 seconds, yeah.
Same with sector 3 too. So just all the straights are on those 2 sectors, and it's all this winding stuff for sector 2. See where he clocks in here. 2/10 up for Merc.
Yeah, he's looking
If he
good,
could
isn't
keep
he?
this up, we could have a new pole sitter. See him open that DRS. What can he clock here? It's looking good. Into the 106s. Damn. That is a hot lap from Merc.
Great
New pole
lap,
sitter.
yeah. What do we... Well, Josh isn't here, but hopefully somewhere he's waving his banners. We do like to say Merc's tier 1 worthy and maybe proving it with that lap time. But still, watch out for those behind.
Might I add, the Williams Rallycross show is back on track.
Yeah,
And they're wrecking into each other.
yeah, one of
sector
them's lost
2.
front wing, so either way, I'm not sure we'll see another lap.
This appears to be a celebratory sign. The donuts want to give a congratulations to Williams. Had a great year this year, didn't you? Overall, all
Yeah,
three tiers dominating.
absolutely.
Got to give it to Maverick. Well done.
Yeah, good job from him, to be fair. Right recruitment. I think as well what Williams have done well throughout the season is they've not really changed their driver lineup that much. Really, they've kept it quite consistent, which I think is,
Mm-hmm.
in a way, the key to success, really. You don't want to be changing your drivers too much, really. I think if you are,
Yeah.
it's a sort of sign of instability. Sumtoes did improve on that last lap. He's P2. C-Dub's still on a lap. Sam's still got a lap to come. So has Rage is invalidated. Khan and Heatwave
Here comes
possibly
Dubs. He's crossing
as
the timing
well.
line now. Dubs is 800th up. Is that going to be? I don't think it's going to be enough. He's got to find a lot of time here.
Yeah, it depends on the exit really out of Junshao. But as you said, as we both said, it's a short sector 3. Is it going to be enough? He'll stick to the left of the track. Oh, he might have lost a little bit of time. Going wider does improve, not enough. Toes are still faster than C-Dubs at the moment.
Buy his toes, if you
Khan
will.
P4. Khan P4. Sam moves up to P3. Is anyone else still on a lap? Shah's on a lap. Can Shah improve? He does not. I think that's probably everyone. Gary is still on a lap, but does not find time, and in a way made a bit of a mess of it, Gary. Trouble at Ferrari. He's got the 5-second grid penalty, so he will start at the back of the field, and I think he'll have to start on those same set of softs as well. So,
Well, luckily for Gary, it is a wet race, so hopefully it is. He
oh
doesn't
yeah,
have to start on those tires, but we'll
yeah,
have to
true.
see.
Unless the game's cruel. We saw it in Tier 3. It was like light rain conditions.
Here come the
and they had to
Williams
start
wheel to wheel on
slicks,
the
but
front stretch.
you're right. Go on, hit each other.
Oh yeah, there we go.
To be fair though, I think it's going to be quite a good race because I think Vsauce was second, I believe, in China. He would have won China if not for penalties. So he's definitely got the pace to be on pole. So does Vesselord, as he now calls himself. So they could easily come through the field and, get on the charge. And it is going to be a wet race, so
Yeah.
it's going to be interesting. It gives us a little bit of a twist to look forward to.
There's a lot of names that can win this race.
No, yeah, you're right, I think. Well, the top 6,
Have
2
a chance,
tenths.
yeah.
So it's probably going to come down to whoever's the best in the wet, pretty much. I think Vsauce is quite good in the wet, to be honest. To be fair to him, I remember this was towards the start of the season, but when we did Hungary, which I think was like race 2 in Tier 1, I think he was a lot faster than me on the inters, so I'd watch out for him.
It really is
in the wet conditions.
night and day, in wet and dry, and in the wet. It's really anyone's game, to be honest.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see.
I remember the Tier 1 Netherlands when that wet race. That was a really good race. So hopefully we'll see something along those lines, perhaps.
I commentated on that.
Yeah, I think you did. It'll be interesting as well. The inters, I think they'll probably have to pit with the inters. Maybe the wets would do the entire distance without pitting. I don't know, but we'll see. It definitely opens the race up in terms of strategy, I think, really. Oh yeah, it's chucking it down. Absolute buckets. The Amazon's opened up
Oh my
today.
God! I think Nuns has been doing some rain dances in the church basement. As really God has answered here in Brazil.
Absolutely. As you've said, it's anyone's game. I think the key is keeping it clean, keeping it on track. It may be harder to overtake because we're not going to get DRS, but the straights are still quite long here, so I wouldn't rule it out either.
It is tropical storm season in Brazil. Trying to invite back Obese. Apparently he had a
Oh, did he disconnect?
maybe had a little bit of a crash, yeah. The order's been
Well,
given. Here we go.
Gary did DM me to say sort of his race might be over, completely wet race, but I don't know. I don't think it is.
I
We
think it
could
opens
easily
it
see
up.
safety cars. Yeah, I agree. I think it does open it up. Really.
Look at these scenes. Oh my god. It's pooling.
Well, exactly. It's tier one. They like, some of them want no assists and whatnot. So let's prove how good you are. Wet tyres in Brazil season finale. I think that's how it should be, really. I think that's Merck's first pole position, he said in Discord as well, so I think Josh has really missed out on this occasion.
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah, they're all on wet tyres. I think it's just going to be a case of either how long can the wet tyres go, or will we see the intermediates possibly come into play? But it is really,
Yeah.
as you said, tropical weather. So.
It is wet out there. I keep an eye. I personally keep an eye on Dubs off the first. He's gonna want to make this move quickly, especially in the wet.
Yeah.
You don't want to get bogged down behind a bunch of people, especially if anyone behind him tries to get fancy and make a move on him.
I think what helps Dubs as well is, even though it was on Inters, I think he obviously raced tier 3 and it was Inters, so he'll have a little bit of experience with how the tyres sort of work in those conditions. I think Vsauce is going a bit slowly, back in the pack up, perhaps. I think Gary's definitely got a chance. I mean, there's only 14 drivers out there, so it's a good, if people DNF, he has got a chance. Nuns, it's wetter than one of the nuns at the nunnery out on track at the moment, so he'll be looking to make the most of it. He's P9. I think he's good enough to get points.
We'll have to see in the turn one though. Will Merc and Toes come together? I think they might get a little antsy at being up on the front row in tier 1. You never know what's gonna happen here, but
yeah, Merc's first pole. They've both got a good chance of winning this. As you've said, I think there's about 10 people who could win this race. But DTF1 Tier 1 season finale. It's heavy rain in Brazil and stand by for action. The lights are out and away we go. They're slow off the start. They're careful. They know the conditions are tough. Has Merc got... Oh, there is contact, isn't there? You were right.
oh, Toes is almost around, but he keeps it straight.
Yeah, good job in there to keep it on track. There's a Renault off in the background. Gary's gained a few places. So has the Vessel Lord. Merc's still ahead for now. Khan looks to go around Sam. Oh, and there's a Mercedes the wrong way round. It's Shah.
There's a lot of movement back here. Vsauce is in the grass.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, Dwarf.
Dwarf
Great
does well to get
overtake.
around
He
him.
had to go for it.
Rough start for the Renaults. They touch. Obese and Nuns.
Well, does the Lord send obese people to heaven? We'll have to get an answer on that question.
But we might have
At
right.
some point.
I think Overlord wanted to put on a show, and he's really doing it so far, isn't he?
Yeah.
Not even a lap in fully.
Yeah, we see this from Overlord. Even if he starts low down the field, he does always seem to gain quite a few positions on the first lap. There's a train behind Heatwave, and there's a train behind first Overlord.
Dubs and Rage coming very close. Dubs makes it very clean, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to see
again, their
DRS
teammates
with the blinking lights.
Fight too hard. Yeah, that's true. We're not going to know how much they have, really. Shah is going to pit. Renault versus Mercedes. Shah still going actually. It was draw through pits. Obese overtaken by Shah. Shah's recovered quite well actually, considering he spun.
Got an overtake on the back stretch. I don't know who it is. I think it's who is that?
Lord on Heatwave.
Yeah, on Heatwave.
Oh, and Toes has gone off. He's in the grass.
Oh, Overlord gets a little loose.
P7 at the moment. I think Toes may have lost traction, perhaps, or just too much throttle and then ended up on the grass. Still P6 though.
Plenty of time left.
Yeah. Well, you've got no Josh today, have you? So it's relying upon.
It's upon Toes' shoulders to keep us afloat in fourth.
Well, he's going to need a very big boat in conditions like these to keep afloat.
He is going to indeed.
So is Heatwave in these conditions. He does seem to struggle in the wet, because I remember Japan was wet, and he did so well to save the car, Heatwave, but the amount of times he just seemed to be losing it was really quite amazing.
Does not help Toes after spinning to see the Vezzo Lord in your rearview mirrors.
Exactly.
Toes' lunch money may be in jeopardy here. I think Murky's going to really benefit from no DRS as well. He has that clean air. Sam has no power really behind him.
Yeah, it's close as well, the battle for 8th. I don't know whether Heatwave made a mistake, but Gary got past. He's now P8. So despite him being unsure about his chances, Gary is in the points at the moment. Heatwave goes off, has to rejoin. Vsauce is going to make his way past. C-Dub's on the back of Khan as well in the battle for 3rd.
Oh, this could be it for Sam. He gets a good enough run here. It's a long front stretch.
He's close.
I think Merck's going to have him comfortably behind, though. Overlord has made the move on Toes, and Toes is all out of sorts. I don't know what happened to him, but
he might have hit the wall, I think, possibly.
And for a little change of tires, maybe a new wing.
I would guess so, just because there was yellow flags. So I'm gonna guess he maybe hit the wall. We saw Obese hit the wall and retire yesterday. Yeah, he's pitted.
Yep. It's a new wing for Toes.
He might have to pit again. I don't know. Oh, and C-Dub's past Khan. Khan running wide. Oh, and Khan. Oh.
Khan's got a lot of bite on that car, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, he said to me before the race, I think that Heatwave gave him that setup, so he might want to have another word with Heatwave, maybe.
A little bit of a sabotage, maybe, from the McLaren boss. Oh, as Heatwave himself is Tokyo drifting into Sector 2. Started as well to not hit the back of him.
What I will say is, I think Heatwave's always quite good to watch in the wet, because the amount of times he does Tokyo drift it and save it is really quite impressive.
Overlord continues his march. Next victim is Rage.
Yeah. Next on the hit list.
As I said, Dubs, I think, maybe a little frustrated. Ooh, there's a yellow flag.
Oh. There's
we got
big,
3 cars into each other in the back here.
I think Shah just knocked into the back of Heatwave, and then they just sort of all stayed penalties there. Looked like Shah's fault, to be honest.
So Nuns brings it in.
I don't know whether Heatwave lost it, but it was sort of Shah connected with Heatwave, and it just slowed them all down.
Heatwave's brought in as well. This will be good for Toes. We'll get some of those positions back he lost.
Exactly. I mean, it's really going to hurt. It was the fact as well that, like, Heatwave and Shah had the collision, and then they just sort of stayed in position, stopped on track for quite a few seconds, you know, not moving. It lost them even more time. I think Shah's continued, but yeah, it does give Sumtos a chance, and it's great news for the top 8, really, because Vsauce now 10 seconds ahead of Shah as well. So maybe Gary can still get points. Have faith.
Some McLaren team radio to Mercedes. The message is learn how to drive. That is the message from McLaren to Mercedes. You're on lap 5 of 36. So, you know, maybe having a little bit of clip action from Heatwave about Char F1 there, as we probably suspected. But we press on.
Sure, take a look at it. I mean, this is what we want in these wet conditions, really. A few of these collisions and stuff, spice it up a bit for all the entertainment value. The top 5, well, top 4, 2 seconds.
Yeah, as we suspected, some great racing up top.
Yeah.
Toes of the
Overlord
fastest lap.
Overlord can really earn his win, I think, if he can get up there. But the problem is it is tricky to overtake in the wet, and he's got to get past Rage, and then he's got to get past 4 other cars. But the undercut is possible. Oh, and C-Dub's right on the back of Sam as well. I thought he was going to lunge him.
Rage is also very talented as well. It's gonna be hard to, now Overlord's up with the real tier 1 fighters up here, and
yeah, exactly.
You know, he's gonna give him a bit of a harder fight than, you know, someone like Char.
Yeah.
No offense.
C-Dub, so he's closer to Sam. Is he close enough? The one thing as well, when it is wet, the braking distance is extended, and it does mean you get more ERS recovered, but it's the same for everyone, so everyone's going to have more ERS to play with as well, so it's easier to manage it.
Had some incidents, but no retirements. That's what we like to see. Keep racing.
Absolutely.
You never know what can happen.
Yeah, well, I always say that as well. I always say just keep going at the end of the day. There could always be a safety car.
Especially in these conditions. Rage picks up a penalty.
Is that because he's got a big glub of Vaseline behind him?
Might be shitting his pants a little bit. I mean, wouldn't we all?
Or C-Dub's on the inside into the Albon Hamilton corner. It's not quite the same lunge though, but Sam's... Yeah, he's going to keep it, isn't he? This is great racing.
Game of inches, isn't it?
That's why they're both in tier 1.
That is.
Great driving in wet conditions. Khan's going to be looking at them as well. Can C-Dubs challenge Sam into turn 1?
Ooh,
I think Overlord.
Yeah, he's going to have this, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to have this on Rage, surely. He's going to go outside. I think Rage has the position on him. I don't think... Oh, wow. We got great grip out of that corner. Oh, but Rage from nowhere retakes that position. I don't know how he found the grip, but he did. And he stays 5th.
Yeah, the wider line helps Rage. But Overlord back at him. Vesselord. He's injected some Vaseline into his lunge.
Switch back.
Oh, in the dirty air. Nearly loses it. This is great
Obese
stuff.
has brought it into the pits. Could this be our first retirement of the race? I hope not.
Yeah, I thought I saw yellow flags, so it is possible. Sam struggling a little bit there. He seemed a little bit wide. C-Dub's close again.
Oh, Heatwave is sideways. Keeps it going. You were right.
Safety car.
A safety car.
What?
Is that for the Heatwave spin? But he hasn't.
I don't know though, because he seemed to save it, and then it's decided to do it.
Right. So this
is disconnected as well. I've noticed. I don't know whether that played a part.
This is why we say keep racing. Never know.
Yeah, exactly. They're gonna stay out, some of them, but I think it might be worth a pit stop, to be honest.
Heatwave is on fresh wets now. He just got in the pits.
What do you think? Would you pit if you were one of the leaders?
I think I would, honestly. I mean, nothing to lose right now. You'd be on fresher tires. It'd be a big advantage right away, especially if it lightens up later on. You never know.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, exactly. I think they'll all have to pit at some point. Gary's going to stay out. I guess it depends whether... I guess it depends whether you can pit now and go till the end.
I must say, unlucky for Heatwave, really. He got caught out in 3rd behind Burke and
Yeah.
Sam. He's not unable to unlap himself, it looks like, unless he does it on the main
Mm,
straight. That's unlucky for Heatwave. He almost came out on the lead lap. Oh,
yeah.
he looks
Oh,
like is he trying to? Is he trying to do it on the
is he
outside
gonna
there?
try? I don't think he'll be able to in a way, because I don't think the safety car would let him past if he did manage to get past those two in front.
May we add the Vesalord is now in fourth place.
Yeah, it's definitely
It's
going to
as I
open the race up.
suspected.
It's so wet out there, though, isn't it? I think the rain's just gotten heavier because I'm just looking at the sort of sky,
I can't
and the
see. I
visibility
can't.
looks terrible.
I can't see out of Heatwave's mirror or onboard. Really,
Mm.
it's really gotten bad out there.
Maybe that's why the safety cars come out. The conditions are too bad.
One can suspect. Is he? What is? I'm interested to see what Heatwave tries to do here. Is he going for it? I think he's going to try to do it. I don't know what he's thinking, but he's actively racing Sam on the front stretch.
Oh God, watch out.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
He's really unlucky though, to be fair. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone else is probably going to catch up to the safety car. He's completely fucked, really. But Rage is pitted, I think, a lap too late, so he'll probably lose position because of it. But I don't think it's a terrible call.
Tempting to plug it in. Making some noise.
Vsauce
There
in a
we
good
go.
position now. Khan and Vsauce.
Some big winners
The leading
are definitely
cars,
Toes. Toes is definitely a big winner from this. I'd say even like Nuns and Dwarf, who have been pretty unlucky so far, win big time from this.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely.
People like Gary, even maybe. I think Gary might have pit. Did Gary pit or no? Or did he stay out? Someone
He
pit in
stayed out,
Ferrari.
Gary.
Was it Aiden who came in?
Khan pitted.
Yeah. He wins big time. We'll be on fresh tires. But yeah, I think definitely the biggest winner will be Toes in this after what happened to him. And he's got the
Yeah.
pace to get back up there, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, you're right as well, because he did pit as well, Toe. So his tyre's 5 laps old, and then the front 5 still on those wet tyres they started the race on, so they're 9 laps old. So it's going to be about who can handle the tyre wear best, probably. Rage, I think's pitted twice, because I think he got a 5-second time penalty when he first pitted under the safety car, so I think he just pitted again to
Well,
get it
Heatwave has taken his
Clever.
position back from Sam, and now he's going from Merck.
Oh my God.
Oh, he's coming to the pits. All right.
Oh,
Okay.
maybe he
Okay.
should retire it.
All right. I think this is it. This might be it for Heatwave. Yep, that is it. He's called it quits. The McLaren boss. Unceremonious end of the season for them. Hate to see it, really. Yeah, I love to see people keep racing. You know.
Yeah, I don't really blame him. I mean, it's probably better that he did retire, because he was probably going to have to let everyone through otherwise.
Yeah.
Which is a bit tricky in these conditions. Yeah, exactly as the Cattle King says in the chat. Hurricane Katrina today in Brazil.
Yeah. It is typhoon season, apparently. It's gotten heavier, I think. You were right.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It has gotten worse than at the beginning of the race.
Oh,
You really cannot
see,
see.
did C-Dubs go off somehow? Because
We
he's
have
now P5.
penalties for severe collisions. Does Aiden Khan have damage? Let's see. No, I don't think he has any visual damage I can see, but Dub got
Yeah.
a 5-second penalty for his collision with Khan, so
Yeah, that's what it says in
Yeah,
the
this
race.
is what you never know.
Khan didn't get a penalty either, so I'm not
No.
sure what happened there. Maybe Dubs went off or had a moment.
Oh, Dubs has
So-
big damage, big side plate
Does he
damage on the
really?
front wing, yeah. He must
Wow,
have
trouble
definitely
at
had
Ferrari.
a moment. the Ferrari
Gary's
minor league team.
P4. Gary's doing better in Tier 1 than he did
it
in Tier 2.
Could not have been worse for Dubs either. The safety car's in this lap.
That's really good for Gary, though, because
It is. It's great for
he
Gary.
sort of knows he's probably safe from C-Dubs. C-Dubs might have to pit, or he'll just have to survive. This is
We'll see what
really
he does.
interesting, really, how this goes, but let's watch for the restart.
So a lot of time left in
13
this one.
still going. Yeah, exactly. Merck's gone.
Dubs is coming in.
Yeah, had to, probably.
Up, and then a 5-second for speeding as well.
That's your favourite there as well.
Yeah. Tough look for me, really.
You've jinxed him.
I
You've done the
have.
famous commentator's curse on
I
him.
have.
Sam right behind Merc. Not quite close enough. They would have saved up an Urs under the safety car as well, so it's going to be difficult to overtake. Oh, and
Oh,
Merc
Sam
into
has
the...
gotten the
Sam's hit the back of him.
Merc.
Oh,
Oh, and he's put him
no!
away.
Oh,
Oh,
no! In another spin!
oh my God. Oh, we've had a mess, haven't we? We've had an
Wow.
absolute mess.
Oh, we love to see it, don't we? Us
Oh.
two. But I don't know about them.
We've had an absolute mess.
Oh, he's going to be absolutely pissed off because he was first.
Yeah, Sam may be
I
in line
think-
for big penalties.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think that was Sam's fault all day long, unfortunately, because there wasn't much contact, but because it's wet,
Yeah, it just makes it so much worse.
the speed they were going, exactly, it makes it worse. Then
Oh,
Merc just got
keep an eye
destroyed
on
by
these
everyone
Ferraris.
else.
They come wheel to wheel
Yeah,
across
trouble
the
at
line.
Ferrari, maybe.
I think he's decided to let him go. Toes finds his way up into
yeah.
5th place now.
Exactly. Well, as we both said, you've just got to keep going.
Uh-huh.
See what happens.
Absolutely.
I mean, even Nuns is in P9 now, so... And the Mercedes battling into turn 1.
Toes is going to have a great run on Gary on this back straight.
Absolutely.
Oh, Merc retires. He's had enough, hasn't he?
Toes looking at Gary.
Not a lot of room for him, is there?
Yeah, but he was always a little bit too far back. I mean, he was just alongside.
Gary has the right to place that car there.
Yeah, 100%. Not quite enough.
Taking a page out of my book, it appears.
Well, Gary just needs to keep it on track, really. I think. He's in a great position.
He is.
He won't quite believe his luck, despite qualifying.
We have a yellow flag in Sector 1. I think this is Merck's car coming out.
Yeah.
As we
Oh,
really...
and Toes, great exit. That's a great exit, and he should get Gary
great
here.
move in turn. Wow. You don't see a lot of moves in that turn, do you?
Did you teach him that one?
Maybe. Saw my stellar Tier 2 drive today.
Oh, and
It's quite-
Vsauce and Dwarf close.
Quite
Go on.
peaceful driving alone, you know? What a way to end the season, just driving alone in 17th. Peaceful.
That's good for Toes. I mean, Gary has dropped back a bit, unfortunately, but I think if he can just keep going and not get penalties, you never know. He will have to pit again, though. I don't know whether those who have pitted under the safety car will be okay or not, but we could see some punches, maybe, as well.
Could see a real Mexican standoff between Overlord and Sam here. This could be a battle for the ages. But 1v1, really. Unless... I mean,
Well,
Aiden always has those fresh tires. He could be coming right up real soon.
Yeah. I know it's early to say, but, I mean, I don't know. There's so many drivers driving really good races, to be fair. A lot of guys have gained a lot of positions so far.
Gary, the main one real winner so far has been Gary. Hopefully I didn't just
Gary
curse him. I know you've been talking to him, but I'll commentate curse him.
Yeah, Vesselord, Gary, and I think even Vsauce have really come back into this now. I mean, C-Dubs is 28 seconds off the lead, so Gary's got a good chance of some points. I raced with him in Singapore, and I think he pitted at the wrong time when it was drying up. Felt maybe he could have had points there when he was reserving Tier 1. He's in with a shout today for sure. Dwarf's still disconnected actually, so Nuns will look to get this done. Not quite close enough though.
It's always a challenge driving that computer. You never know. They always break really early.
Yeah, they're always tricky to judge, I think, to be fair.
We've seen Dubs do it before. He's got, what, 20-odd laps to do something here?
Yeah.
28 seconds
100%.
back.
Again, it's going to depend on the tyres. His are only 2 laps old, so he might be able to make them go till the end. There's a decent chance he might, so Yeah, no, he's in a good. He's not in a terrible position really. If he can make the tyres go till the end, and then he's got better pace than those ahead, he should be alright still. Nunn's getting close to Dwarf. A little bit of a love tap.
Might have
He's a
had
Nun.
Char
It's
F1 in
okay.
6th place after that calamity with Heatwave. He's found his way
Yeah.
back up there.
Yeah, the safety car really helped him, to be fair. It helped everyone who was involved in that. It really gave them a second wind. As Nunn's challenging a Dwarf, he should get this done here against the disconnected car.
Tidy, really.
Yeah. Let's not forget though, Lobster, the front two and Gary still have to pit. Everyone else is pitted, so if they can make the tyres go till the end, Khan and Sumtoes even are in a very good position.
Absolutely. Khan, especially. This
Yeah.
this race is really Khan's to lose at this point. He's gaining on Overlord already.
One thing I have noticed though is that Rage, he's on the inters. What do you think about that?
I don't.
That says it all.
Oh, and he's hit this front wing coming out of the pit stall, and he has no
Really?
end plate on the right side. So, a real shocker.
Not the
there
right
for-
plan.
a real shocker there for the principal of Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, I mean, I have sympathy for him because I did it in Singapore Tier 1. I pitted a few laps too early on the inters and it didn't really work as well as I wanted it to, but sometimes you've got to try something because I think he was outside the points anyway and quite a bit back, so he probably decided it was worth the risk, but
Jeff was in
unless
his
there's
ear.
a safety car,
Never know what Jeff's
he's well
saying
and
in his
truly out
ear.
the
So,
race. Yeah, it does look a bit drier maybe, I don't know, a bit less mist in the sky, but Vsauce down the inside of Shah.
oh
Shah
my
looking
God!
to
Oh,
defend, gets
oh.
it done. Sends it nicely. I think that was a good overtake, to be honest. Don't know what you thought of it.
I
but
agree. Nothing wrong with a little bit of rough racing once in a while, as long as
Yeah.
nobody's really damaged from it.
Well, I think he got the car stopped in time as well, as I didn't think it was terrible. I think it was a good overtake, to be fair. Vsauce is good in the wet, so he knows what he's doing in these conditions, I would say.
The ball's really in Gary's
I mean-
court now. He can really play with Vsauce here.
Yeah, struggling for traction a little bit there, though, Gary. I think,
More
I mean...
tyres.
Yeah, well, yeah, Vsauce 9-lap fresher tyres. I think it's Gary's call. I mean, he doesn't want to race him too hard in a way because he's in a good position. Any points? I mean, he said he'd be over. He said to me before the race he'd be over the moon with any sort of points. So
Going well for him so
I think
far.
yeah, I think really he's just got to keep it going. Rage has pitted again for inters. Will he hit the wall again? Will we have an action replay? He's been lapped though as well, so let's keep an eye on him. He might struggle. Hurts those around him. I'll keep an eye on Vsauce and Gary though, because Vsauce went for it on the last lap. He's going to go for it maybe on the outside. Onto the grass. Still on the outside here. Runs wide though. Well, it's go on.
Yeah, Overlord is he's losing ground to Sam. Yeah, again, Rage. Rage is in a precarious spot here. I don't know what the orders are here or what race control's telling him, but he's really not making any effort to get out of the way, is he? I don't know if Khan may be a little frustrated with him.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, Rage just picked up the 3 seconds, but I don't know. Maybe those inters aren't too bad. I mean, he doesn't seem to be too slow, does he? He might get out of the way now. Sam's got a 3-second penalty, so Overlord.
Oh!
Right. Oh no!
Oh!
Never mind.
Oh,
Never
my.
mind.
Wow. Safety car deservingly out for that.
Yeah, it had to be. Two.
Wow.
Oh no! Oh, and Shah. I thought he was just
Oh
going
my
to go right into him.
Goodness me.
There.
Look
It
out,
maybe
Nuns.
helps Gary.
Jesus.
Yeah.
So we got to make sure none of these cars hit this obstacle.
Yeah, I mean, we were just saying, weren't we? Oh, the inters aren't, too bad, and then he just slams into the wall, which tells us everything we need to know.
Got a little bit too lovey-dovey with that curb, I think. Here he comes. Here come the pit stops. Gary's gone for full wets. Nun's gone for the inters.
I don't know about the inters, Nuns, because they probably do not know that Rage just crashed on them, but I don't know. Maybe it's worth
But the
it might be
rain,
worth a risk.
yeah,
But
yeah. Rain does like up.
it's,
Dubs has gone for the Inters as well.
oh really? Oh, oh.
I'll be interested to see what the leaders do here.
Exactly. We're gonna find out, aren't we? We are going to find out on the safety restart what the best tyres is. This has been one a hell of a
Yeah.
race, to be honest. As I said,
16 laps. Yeah.
I wish I was out there, but at the same time, it's very good to commentate on. So.
Yeah.
It will help Gary though. I mean, he pitted under the safety car. Oh, and Sam's struggling a little bit for grip. But this is the big question, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Here we go.
Are they going to risk the inters or not? Really, we're going to find out. As you said as well, is Jeff telling them anything?
All the leaders.
Oh, 5-second penalties.
Overlord. He's gonna have to serve that in the pits.
That is incredible. Well, Sam and Overlord both for 5-second
full
penalties.
wets are on for Sam.
Yeah, but did you
Inters
see
for
Khan?
Khan.
He's on
Yep.
the inters.
Inters for Overlord.
on the inters as well. This is incredible.
Wow, this is this is gonna be very,
Toes on
very
the
interesting.
inters. I just wonder what Jeff's told them as well. You know, has Jeff told them to go inters or wets? We just do not know.
Sharif1 finds himself in second now. He raced Sam to the timing line there. He almost found himself P1.
Oh, close, isn't it?
Racing a little too
Inches
hard.
margins. Well, can you believe it? I mean, Shah, you know, had the incident with Heatwave. Oh no, don't. Oh.
Ooh, wow. We saw Goose.
He could have DQ'd
himself.
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Behind.
Oh. What happened?
I don't know. Khan looked like he almost just plowed Overlord. It's so good.
I can't tell
under
if he got
safety
wing
car.
damage. I don't think he's got any wing damage.
Yeah, no, his plates look fine, but holy shit, that was close. He came in hot.
Yeah.
Sam almost had an absolute nightmare of a catch up there. Could have been brutal for him. How about Char F1 in second place? Oh my
Oh,
god.
exactly. Yeah. This race has had so many twists and turns. Really, it's just been incredible.
What
I
a
mean,
finale.
everyone's got a second chance, and again, you know, it's really hard to say because I don't. Rage looked okay on the inters until he slammed into the wall and DNF'd. So, ooh.
What happened?
Pitting for inters then. Sam's pitted.
Has Jeff told him it's time? Yeah, it looks like the green stripes are going on the Alpha there.
That's really hurt Sam though. I mean, he's got the 5 seconds to serve as well. He's behind Shah and Dwarf. Mercedes double stacked, so he lost a bit of time. Dubs might come out ahead of them. Gary's still on the wets. That's really going to hurt Gary now, I think. If the inters are the right tyre. But we shall see. I would guess the inters are probably the way to go though now, based on this.
Yeah, I guess so. Gary's braved it out though on the wets. We'll see if he has any real apparent pace difference between him and the leaders.
He might be better off pitting, but then, I mean, as I said, I mean, Rage completely binned it on the inters, so, I mean, it does look drier, but we can't say for sure.
Some really big winners here, and I'd say Dubs won this one. Dubs really won this safety car. He's got those fresh inters on after that mess under I forget what he collided with, but yeah, that end plate damage he had to come in for, put him all the way in the back, and now he's up there in 8th. Striking
It was
distance.
under safety car, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair. The safety car's still out as well, so we're going to get another lap.
I wonder if that'll change Gary's mind.
Intermediates. Only he can tell. Only he can make the decision, I think, because he's out on track. He's going to stay out. I mean, it does look like there's a bit of... Yeah, I mean, it does look like there's a bit of a dry line.
Oh my goodness!
What happened? Oh no! Oh my god!
Oh my god!
What? Holy shit!
Shard is flipped on the front stretch!
What?
Shard is on the top of his car! Under safety car!
Well, thank
What
God for the
on
halo.
earth?
How the hell did that happen? I do not know.
I don't know either. Holy
I sort of
shit!
caught the end. I sort of caught the end of it. Unfortunately, I didn't see all of
And
it. But
somehow Dwarf is still in this race.
yeah, did Dwarf hit him then? Was it during the
Dwarf, I
Mercedes?
think Dwarf gave him the brunt of it. I don't know how. I don't know how he's gonna. I mean, the
Dwarf was
Renault of Obese has
disconnected, so I
bad
don't know whether
damage
that
as
caused
well.
something.
Obese has
Yeah, I
about
mean
half a
Dwarf was
wing.
obese. Yeah, yeah. I think he hit. Well, what happened is Shah, I think, tried to get it going again, and then Shah hit obese, and I think obese spun as a result.
No, no.
But I mean,
Shar spun out on the main stretch by himself. It was a self spin. Dubs got out of the way, but then Dwarf, I guess, was right behind Dubs. Didn't see him. Just collected
yeah,
him on the main straight.
crash of the
Unbelievable.
season maybe.
What the hell?
Wow,
What is going on here?
there's 10 drivers left, so everyone really probably will get points if they keep going. Obese might have to pit again,
This
but
means the safety car is going to stay
they're
out
not in a
more, isn't
terrible
it?
position.
Or is it coming in?
Oh, safety car's in this lap
Oh,
actually,
it is.
so
Wow.
because the game's silly. I mean, really, it should have stayed out for a bit longer,
They've
but he
teleported
has
Char's
ghosted
car.
away. Yeah. Oh, and
Oh my
Vesselord
god.
going late. And we're back underway. Stand by for action in Brazil. 2/3 down. Toes looking at the Ferrari. Ferrari P2 and 4. Toes and Khan side by side. He's going to get a good run on him here, though, I think. Haas versus Ferrari. Toes on the outside. Khan on the inside. Vesselord out front. How close is it going to be into this? Oh, and Toes
Goes wide.
struggling on the inters. Does
Khan,
rejoin though,
tidy to
but
pick up
behind.
second.
Yeah, good driving, I think, by both of them to keep it on track. Gary's keeping with them on the wets. If Gary can make it till the end on these wets, I think that would be a fantastic job.
Toes and
We
Khan
shall
really
see.
need to limit their fighting here if they want to have any chance of catching Overlord. Overlord's already built a
Yeah,
2-second gap to him.
And C-Dubs and Nuns side by side. Nuns P6, but not for much longer. Nuns on the inside. Dubs on the inside. Nuns on the outside. C-Dubs up to P6. Vsauce looking at the back of Gary. Gary struggling on the wets. Maybe it was the wrong call. Vsauce.
Yeah, it looks like it. Vsauce has the pace, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well, I think he is good in the wet. Good on the inters. Gary runs a little bit too much on the curb. Possible warning there. He'll want to keep those at a minimum. Otherwise, it will cost him places. C-Dub's close as well.
Well, note this rain does look like it's eased up quite a bit since the beginning of the safety car.
Yeah.
Not sure if we may be due for overcast conditions soon. Dubs right on the back of Gary.
Yeah, absolutely. Just found the grass. Oh!
Oh, he's almost just dumped him, hasn't he?
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mugging. A little bit too aggressive, maybe, contact. I think Gary managed to save it, though. Still P6, but he is on the wrong tyre now, isn't he, really? Unfortunately.
Let's note Sam had a little bit of trouble at Confession, it looks like, with a bunch of nuns.
Oh,
Oh, and Sam's really ambitious there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Looking for that.
probably fair
Sam
enough,
picks up a
but
penalty. That's big.
still a bit of a lunge. Sam on the inside here, he'll get it done into
Sam's gonna make it done. Yeah, Gary is really drowning out there. He really needs to come in and put on those inters, I think. And the
No.
Nuns has his way with him too.
Yeah, absolutely. He's fallen prey in the Amazon. He's being bitten all over
He's
the
decided.
shop. That's a shame for him. I think it was hard to call. He'd have enjoyed himself in a way, I think, being in that position. But well, we never know, do we? I mean, will the Inters get till the end from lap 21? Probably, but
Yeah, you never. That's also a big factor. You never know. Just tip the hat to Obese. He's pressed on after what happened on the main stretch.
yeah.
Sitting back there. Tip of the hat to the Renault boss.
Leading by example.
Love it.
Toes picks up a penalty. And he'll be kicking himself about that, really, because
Well, yeah, here's the thing to note here, because Overlord still has that 5-second penalty from when he sped in the pit lane. So that if as long as Khan sticks within that 2 second gap that he's as I say that lost the back end there and lost some time, but Overlord has that 5 second penalty, which could play nicely for people like Dubs and Vsauce who don't have no penalties so far.
Yeah, absolutely. Vsauce is in a very good position, really, despite everything that's happened in this race. We're just going to have to wait and see, I think, a little bit. It's a shame for Gary, but he'll still bring home points for Ferrari, and that's what he wanted, so objective fulfilled. Nuns P7, a little bit adrift of Sam. C-Dubs and Vsauce probably the ones to watch at the moment.
Toes, I think, is slowly starting to close that gap to Khan. I figured he'd want to make this move quick.
Yeah.
If he's to make it. Not sure how he's doing on energy-wise, but may want to start using that soon.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just a big shame for him he got the penalty, really. If he'd managed not to get that, he really would have been in a great position to win this Tier 1 race.
Yeah, especially with the Overlord 5 seconds. It's something to keep an eye out for. If there's another safety car, Overlord may bring it in to serve that 5 second and give it his all. You know, last, like, if there was something to come out like 5 laps to go.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, I think
may just help him in the end.
Probably depends on the tyre. Where if he wants to win, I think he'll probably just stay out and try to build the gap. But we shall see.
There's Dubs, just refuses to go away. He's in 5th behind Vsauce, and he looks to be gaining on him too. No penalties as well. If he can get this move done on Vsauce, he can be in a very, very good position to win.
Yeah. Oh, yellow flags.
Yellow flags.
Obese.
To be obese.
The wrong way around.
Parked on the track. He's got to spin that thing quickly. He does well. Presses on.
Don't know how he managed to do that, really.
Yeah, I don't know either.
We've seen a lot of unexplainable things in this race.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think you can say that again.
I think you're right. I think Vsauce and C-Dubs is almost... I mean, Vsauce is 5.5 off Vessel Lords, so maybe not, but they're both in with a shout of a podium, maybe, because of the penalties ahead.
If Toes can just build this gap on Vsauce, he'll be safe on the podium, but that penalty is going to make his life a lot harder, isn't it?
It depends as well whether he's got enough pace to get past Khan, or if he's maybe going to be sort of held up a little bit in the sort of dirty air, in the spray behind the Ferrari.
I will note the pooling has gone away from the water on the track. I mean, there still is that dry line, but the water's no longer pooling like it was, so... I mean, another safety car slows the race down, gets the weather going. You never know. You never know, really. It's
C-Dubs with a 3 second, though, so only Vsauce...
Oh, that could have ruined him.
Yeah, only Vsauce
could have ruined his race there.
Out of the top sort of 6. Nuns is P7. He's not got any penalties, nor has Gary in P9, but it's really about Vsauce. With those lack of penalties, I think, he will gain places. But he is about 2.6 off of... some toes, so he may.
Vsauce only has 1 warning as well, I may add. Oh wait, 2 warnings. No wait, never mind. Do you get a penalty if you have like a collision? Because he has a warning for a collision, but
I don't think so. I think it's just for track limits. Yes.
So he does only have 1 warning then.
Yeah.
So he does have some leeway.
I think the gap to Overlord's closed slightly though. It's about 1.5.
Yeah, it was 2 seconds a little bit ago, yeah.
It's just going to be a case of does he have the pace?
Yeah, it's good to see like drivers not like you know, keeping up with Overlord. You know, at the beginning of the season we had like Overlord was winning by like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Like it's good to see if you know.
No, yeah, I mean I totally agree. I mean I think at the end of the day, like, I mean. I think it's a shame when one driver runs away with it because you sort of want the competitiveness to race in and to commentate on, but at the end of the day, it's up for people to get to his level more than
Yeah,
anything.
also true. Yep.
People, have got to get to his level, and I think luckily people have by the end of the season, so it's good to see.
It's good to see a lot of growth this year for sure, especially with people like Toes and even Vsauce too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think Vsauce
Gotten a
last
lot
season.
quicker.
I think Vsauce was medium traction for most of last season, so again, he's someone who's taken it off and has found a lot of time. I mean, yeah, as you've said, Toes, Sam with the wheel change has found extra tenths. So
Next season can be very interesting in Tier 1, I think, with all these new heads too. Like Khan, he's keeping up with Overlord
yeah,
as a
absolutely.
reserve right now. When
Hopefully, a lot of
when
them
he gets a
stick
permanent
around,
seat.
because I know at the start of the season you had quite a few people join and then they just sort of left. But fingers crossed.
Absolutely.
Oh, and Gary and Dwarf going at it on the pit straight. They're side by side.
Ooh.
Gary
With
gets
the battle
past.
with the AI car.
Yeah, I was about to say he was disconnected, so Gary should get this done actually. P8 for the Ferrari team principal. Trouble at Ferrari, maybe not. P2 and P8 currently.
Yeah.
Good day for them,
7
really. I
points
think.
finish right now. Barring any other freak incidents that we've
Absolutely.
seen.
Well, we never know. We never know Ferrari, do we? So we could easily see something happen.
Some more Japan action, dumping each other off on their safety car.
Well, if King Trooper still wants his team back, we might see him run onto the track and. Oh, Sam.
We have a yellow flag.
Sam was
Sam's
slow.
going a little slow.
I'm not sure why, but
No damage. May have had a little bit of a gotten loose a little bit,
traction,
maybe.
That might put him closer to Nuns, but I don't know if it's enough for Nuns.
If
to
Nuns can
benefit.
somehow close that 3-second gap, but yeah, we'll have to see.
Not easy when you're racing Sam, though.
Yeah, it's a tall task, isn't it?
At the moment, Vsauce still about 2.6 behind Toes, so he would be third at the moment. Everyone's tyres is same
Also-
sort of lifespan.
Don't forget, I mean, yeah, I guess right now it'd be Khan gets the win, I suppose. If as things stand,
Not
no,
quite.
he needs to close that. He needs to close that 2-second
Yeah, he
gap.
needs to get within 2.
He was there a little bit ago. I wonder if the pressure's getting to him a little bit. Racing Overlord, he just tend to shit your pants a little bit.
It's
like we
that
saw earlier
Ferrari
in the race.
mentality. They don't know how to win at
So
Ferrari.
close, so far.
Four laps to go. I think unfortunately it's just sort of calmed down a little bit on these inters.
Yeah, the pack thinned out a little bit, especially with that last incident with
Yeah.
Char and Obese.
I want to
and
see a
Dwarf.
clip of that.
I did get a little bit of it, I think, if I clipped it correctly, but that was really a sight to see. I did not expect that for sure.
Well, it's not often you see a car the wrong way round on track. So.
For sure, for sure.
Well, we've had some quite good collisions this season, but that might be one of the best ones.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe one to rival me and Coyote in Bahrain.
Oh, there's that one. There's the I'm the best defensive
Oh,
driver
me and
in
Gwendol, our
DTF1.
first incident. Our first incident.
And then I can remember when I think I had the contact with Chesball and I think it was Britain Short, and I sort of went shooting off the track and had a bit of one of my famous rants. So that's probably up there as well.
He'll be up there with Russell's cabbage rant in Abu Dhabi with Pablo. That was also a good one. Well, a lot of the incidents are really made by the reactions, aren't they?
Yeah,
Just
no,
some real one in a kind reactions.
Well,
to
the
some
one
incidents
with
this
Hal
year.
in Britain with yours was It was just perfectly timed with all with your reaction, then the controller smashing down, and that
being in P6 and Japella coming and ending my life on the
or even with
on
yours,
the
you had that
right-hander.
Discord comment at the end of it as well, which was perfectly timed. Like, I don't know, I think it was like done DNF or something.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this season's definitely been a good one for incidents, for sure. A lot of drama as well. We need to get this Netflix crew in next year for our show that we need to sign up everyone for. Sure, no, the great last race though. I mean, it has thinned out these last couple laps, but for sure a great. We do have obese in AI mode. I don't want to jinx anything, but you know those AI in terms of letting people by. You never know what can happen here.
Yeah, he should be
alright. He's being blue flagged.
Mm.
The car is being blue flagged, but Overlord is catching up to it. We'll see if this hinders him in any way, because you know Aiden Khan needs that 2-second gap.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Really, I mean, that
3
could
laps
hurt
to
him.
go. Oh, Obese is really blocking. He's really blocking Overlord here.
He's not. Overlord's not going to like that.
He's gotten out of the way. I think. Has he?
I think so.
But he has cut that gap down to 2.5.
Yeah, he gained about 5/10.
Obese is kind of racing him.
Or Khan a little bit wobbly though.
Looks like Overlord has really avoided most of the danger there, though.
Yeah, and he's built the gap back up in a way as Overlord. I think he's comfortable.
As the track gets drier, Overlord gets quicker. That's really the name of the game.
Mm.
This does bode well for Toes, though, who's 1.5 behind Khan.
Yeah.
Maybe he can sneak a podium out, which looks like he was done for with Vsauce being within 3 seconds.
To be fair to Khan as well, I don't know if many people know this, but I think he doesn't use the racing line, so he's done very well today in these conditions.
Yeah.
To keep it on track.
That's for sure. That was Obese's AI decides a little bit of a wiggle.
Has he got wing damage? Oh, and he shoves him out the way as well.
And he's dumped him off.
Do you think that was justified?
Dump off.
Probably.
I believe so. I think at the end of the day, there's some parts you just gotta dump the AI. He's really done a favor to the rest of the field, has he?
Yeah. It's helped Toes, hasn't it?
Unfortunately, yeah, it has. Now Toes can really get him if he gets a good run out of this sector. I don't know if Khan might have the pace on him, I'm afraid, but...
It depends whether Khan got wing damage. Yeah. I didn't really see any...
Vsauce is out of that 3-second range now.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I mean, he's done well, Toes, to build that gap to Vsauce. He doesn't want to kill the gap by battling Khan. I think Khan's got it going again, though.
Gonna have a great toe, though, here for Toes.
The rain looks a lot lighter now as well. I think.
Yeah.
But we're not going to see slicks.
Yep, Toes is kind of sticking around. Vsauce might be using that energy, though.
Yeah, it's 2.9, so Toes has got to...
He's really got to find time somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it comes down to the final lap, and he's got to gain a 10th on the final lap. I think Vsauce struggling a little bit through the CNRSs, though. I think this is really the battle to watch. They're the closest ones in the field.
Toes is really going to give it everything he can here, is he? Oh, he's gotten a little loose and he's lost some time already.
That's the problem, though. He doesn't want to overdrive it as well, in a way. I mean, if you start pushing too much, then he's going to lose out.
Those tires are definitely falling off for him, and it's Vsauce who's really gaining from that.
Yeah, I think Vsauce should probably have him. He's
looks like it.
Around 2.6.
A little friendly with that curb. But yeah, it looks like Vsauce has got it wrapped up. Good drive from him, really.
Yeah, probably deserved. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think most of this top 10 probably deserved to be on the podium today after this race. But yeah, good job from Williams. Started at the back.
Overly, yeah.
After the high jinx in quali.
Celebration for Williams.
I don't know. If Toes wants to get on the podium, he can maybe send a clip in of Williams in qualifying and see what happens.
See what happens. Yeah, I don't know. But Overlord completes his championship tour with a win. I mean, last to first. I told you, I called it.
Yeah,
When he wanted to go
100%.
last to first and put on a show, and he did it. He really did.
He proved his class today, I think, to be fair.
He did.
Kept his cool under the pressure. I think Sam made the wrong call pitting. I think Overlord went to Inters at the time. He made the right decisions, had the pace, and Overlord yet again comes out on top in Tier 1, but it wasn't plain sailing. It was a brilliant race. Maybe the best of the season in Tier 1. Netherlands was good as well.
Yeah. I think the lack of drivers really gave us a good show, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I think it does sometimes. Like, I don't think... I think around 15 is not a terrible number. You know, really. I mean, you do kind of want as many people as possible, but as you've said, you can still have good races with sort of around 15, for sure.
Yeah. Driver of the day, who you taking today?
Uh, because I'm biased, I might have said Gary, but he obviously dropped down to 8th, but he did a really good job,
He
I
did
think,
have
for
a
the
good
first
job,
half
yeah.
of the race. I think we'd probably have to say Overlord, probably. Maybe Vsauce, but Overlord. You know, I mean, what was key for
Yeah.
Overlord is he had a really good first lap and was sort of up to 9th, and then just cut
Yeah.
his way through the field, made the right decisions from P13. Great job from him.
It's
Fastest
textbook,
lap
really.
as well, exactly.
Yeah.
I think it would have to be. I think it'd have to be Overlord, in all fairness.
Yeah, probably.
But
Champion.
great job from everyone, really. I would say
Yeah.
very good way
Good
to end the
finale.
season. Yeah, 100%. Well, I think we'll say thank you for joining me, Lobster. It's been very good fun.
Of course.
We'll
Of
have to
course.
do
We'll
it
have to do
again
this again
sometime.
next season, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
All right. Thank you everyone for watching. Take care. Bye for now.